Thank you. Thank you very much and welcome to Games Master, television's first ever video game magazine show, especially designed for people out there who find Pictionary pointless and Kerplunk a waste of marbles. Each week on the show, we'll be reviewing new games, giving away exclusive tips and cheats, and casting our eyes over the latest hardware and software developments. But the biggest portion of our show will be devoted to our 3 special game-playing challenges. So, if you've ever dazzled your local arcade inhabitants with your hard-driving prowess, or simply enjoyed a waggle of your joystick in the privacy of your own bedroom, this is the show you've been gagging for. And now, to go over to our first challenge, I'd like to introduce to you a man who you'll be seeing a lot more of in the next 10 weeks, the ultimate computerized couch potato, the Games Master.
Greetings. So, you'd like to pit your skills against one of my little challenges. Commendable pluck indeed. Well, I've decided to be gentle with you, this being our first coming together, and I've plumbed for the decidedly cute Super Mario Bros. 3. Your assignment is to collect 50 coins in 2 minutes on the familiar first level of the World 1. A few pointers. First, don't forget that you'll need to acquire the ability to fly, because only in the heavens can sufficient coins be found. Second, go like the clappers. 50 coins in 2 minutes. Good luck.
And who better to get to grips with the fiendish gameplay of this deceptively cute game than our first contestant, Daniel Blake from Edgewell. Welcome to Games Master, Daniel.
Hi.
Now, you are in fact the first ever competitor on Games Master, so you're right up there with the first ever block twiddler on Krypton Fighter. How do you feel?
A bit tense and nervous.
Right, now you've practiced the game a lot.
Yes, quite a lot.
So you're quite confident about the challenge?
Well, sort of confident.
Well, we'll all be rooting for you too, Daniel, because it'll be nice to start off with a winner.
Thank you.
So if you'd like to go and plonk yourself in the hot seat, we'll get ready to start the game.
Thank you.
Now, joining me in the commentary box, from Mean Machines and Computer and Video Games magazine, is world-famous computing celebrity Julian Jazza Rigno. Julian, welcome to Games Master.
Hello.
Well, we're making history here with the first ever game on Games Master. How does that make you feel?
It's pretty good. It's one of the greatest games ever, so a good way to kick off the series.
Right, 2 minutes to get 50 coins. Very, very tough, very, very fast challenge. Daniel, are you ready? Then get collecting those coins. And he's off. So collected coins is the name of the game, Julian. He's knocking them out of these mystery blocks. Is this the best way to go about it?
Yeah, what he needs to do is actually pick up the mushroom and convert himself into Super Mario, which essentially gives him 2 lives. If you get hit, you convert yourself into the small man. What he also needs to do is pick up the leaf, which gives him flying abilities.
Now, where's this leaf going to be then?
On the right, if he can...
Oh my word, there's the leaf, just as we spoke about it. Okay, 25 seconds gone, 5 coins. Not a lot of coins so far, Julian.
No, what he needs to do is... the raccoon suit gives him flying abilities, and what he needs to do is clear a run-up and then be able to access higher parts of the screen that you normally couldn't reach, which is what he's doing now. He's going to take a run-up and then fly up into the clouds.
Oh my word, launches himself violently off that, and he's up and he's building up those coins. 12 coins, 45 seconds.
Yeah, there's a lot of coins up here. Basically, he needs to rush along a bit. I don't know what he's doing.
Oh, what's this little thing? A one-up?
Yeah,
is that going to do him any good?
Nothing at all. Completely pointless waste of time. He ought to be collecting coins, considering the time limit.
Okay, 24 coins, just about a minute gone. He needs to keep getting those coins. We cannot stress it enough. But he's flying up and off the screen. Oh my word!
He's trying to reach the pipe, which leads to another secret screen, which is stacked full of... Oh, he's completely messed it up.
Is this curtains for our young challenger?
Well, it's trouble. He needs to access a power pill down here now and convert these blocks into coins. It still won't be enough, so the pressure's on him to actually get up to that green secret area and collect the coins that are in there. So.
Right, he needs 60 more coins. He's got about 35 seconds left. It's going to be very, very close, Jazz. He must get up
he really needs to do this.
And he's slotted in there quite comfortably. Now, he's in a little secret room here. This is going to be enough coins, I think.
Yeah, he's got 50. He's got to come out of here and rush right as quickly as possible.
He's past the 50. He's got about 17, 18 seconds to go. He's really got to run quickly to the right, and he could well make this challenge. He's just going to do it. There's nearly 10 seconds to go, and he's done it! Congratulations, Daniel. We said we wanted to start with a winner, and we certainly did. That seemed like no trouble at all to you, Daniel. Was there any point at all where you thought, I'm not going to do this and I'm going to be extremely embarrassed on live television?
It was just getting the Raccoon Mario, and then right at the end I just wanted to make sure that I wouldn't fall down any pits and hit anyone.
Well, the thing is, Since you completed the challenge, you're the first ever winner of what we hope is going to be a more prized possession than all the Oscars, Emmys, Barrys and even Swap Shop Erics put together. You have won the first ever golden customised Games Master joysticks. If you take that back to Edgware with you, and you can put it in your hand and walk proud and erect through the high street. Thank you very much, Daniel Blake. Now, before we go on to our celebrity challenge, let's take a quick peek at this week's reviews. Each week, our reviews will be linked by a theme. This week, it's time to smear ketchup on your hot dog as we look at movie conversions. First off, on the Mega Drive, flex your pecs with postmodern icon Arnie in Terminator.
It's actually a good game, it's very playable, nice big sprites, lots of exciting explosions and gung-ho action.
There's a lot of digitalised screenshots which are very impressive, and if you had any friends around you could pose with it.
For once, it's a Mega Drive game that packs a real challenge. It's still got the great standard of graphics and sound that you come to expect from the Mega Drive, but it's also got a very high standard of gameplay.
Next up, this week's late night movie is a macabre romp around your Nintendo with the Addams Family.
For the youngsters, it's a good game, and it certainly would give you value for money in terms of playability, because it's very addictive, but it doesn't really offer very much original or new.
The NES has a surfeit of good quality platform games. There's all the Mario games, there's DuckTales. So I think more really could have been done with the license than just another bog standard NES platform game.
And finally, butter your popcorn on the PC with Indiana Jones 4 and the Fate of Atlantis.
It's a much more sophisticated game, much more superior graphics, and the depth of the story and the puzzling is all at a much higher level.
It's got all the makings of a Lucasfilm game. If you look at it, the attention to detail, the quality of the graphics, just the humorous touches and the sheer depth are really quite stunning.
Yes, we get the point.
I'd just say it looks like one of the best ever PC adventure games.
Now for this week's feature. George Bush does it, Prince William started to do it, Nuke is on the block do it together, and so does Betty Boo. They all play their Game Boy. However, not content with merely owning the most pleasurable 6 inches of hardware money can buy, Game Boy owners are now customising their beloved handhelds.
I took the skateboard grips, put it on it because it makes holding it much more comfortable, your hands don't sweat so much, and I put the essential Stussy sticker on there.
I'm a toy collector, so I have loads of bits of toy and animation and colourful things. A Game Boy comes into this world naked, and it's just begging to be designed. It's crying out to be scribbled, drawn, smashed up, and designed all over.
If you want some tips about how to customise your Game Boy, and for any other information about the show, you can join our special Games Master Club. Details on how to join will be given at the end of the show. So, some sound advice on where to put your pennies. Now it's time for our celebrity challenge, and we'll go over to Games Master to find out what it is.
Nice to see you again. I do hope you enjoyed my last little jaunt. Rather a competent player, wasn't he? For my second challenge this week, I thought I'd opt for a spot of football on Manchester United Europe. It'll be a game of 2 90-second halves in which a talented Manchester United formation will pit themselves against the classic skills of Liverpool. I trust we'll all be treated to a display of exemplary gamesmanship.
And our 2 contestants trying to get the ball in the net tonight are Simon Reynolds from Bishop Stortford and his opponent, Wimbledon and England striker, John Fashanu. Welcome, John. Now, Simon, first of all, I see you're wearing a lovely Ipswich Town top. I see you brought all the supporters with you as well.
Yeah.
Is this your team or is it just a cruel joke?
It is my team, yes.
Well, my commiserations to you. What kind of tactics will we see from you in the game tonight?
Good, close, clean passing play tonight.
A lot of skill?
Oh, yes.
Well, talking about skill, we now go into your opponent tonight, John Fashanu from Wimbledon. John, how are you going to play the game tonight?
I think, like Simon says, I think the crowd have come here to watch a nice, clean, enjoyable game in a good spirit. I think over the years, Wimbledon have built up the reputation of being fair and honest, and that's really just what we want to do. Sorry.
Right, well, we'll see if that all comes through. If you'd like to take your seats, lads, and then we'll get ready to kick off. And joining me in my newly converted pulpit dugout tonight, from Software House Renegade, home of the Bitmap brothers, Tom Watson. Tom, welcome to Games Master.
Good evening, Dominic.
Now, what's the sort of basic skill you've got to master with Man United Europe game?
Well, quite simply, it's passing. It's all about that, about being able to control the ball with a player and move on and find another man.
Okay then, are our two competitors ready? Okay then, John, kick off. Simon is in the white Liverpool 70s team, playing from right to left. Liverpool on the ball quite quickly.
Simon got a tackle in straight away there. That's going to be very important for this match.
Okay, Man United Steve Bruce picks it up in midfield. Oh my! Oh, come on! Oh!
That was a bit unnecessary, I think, Dominic.
Surprising you, Simon, surprising.
So Liverpool show Man United.
Here we have the set piece system. This is a target which indicates where the ball can go from a set piece. So John's put it straight forward.
Straight to Crazy Horse
picks
himself.
up by Emlyn Hughes.
Emlyn Hughes picks it up right towards the Man United box. It's picked up by John Tosh. John does it. Rob Steve Hyman picks it up. He's got the bus. He takes a shot. And it's set by Gary Bailey. Quite comfortable there. Gary Bailey flicks the ball out. John Tosh is getting his ankle there. Oh, but the Man United defence is solid there.
John's certainly coming in with some good tackling, but I think what both players have shown. Another foul. The referee didn't think that was requiring of a booking. The referee will judge the severity of a tackle and look at it in that situation, whether or not it's a foul or even a booking.
Right, so lines up the free kick, powers the free kick in.
John hits the post, he's off the bench. John couldn't
get up the pitch. Steve Hyman takes it to the edge of the Man United box. He shoots. Oh,
excellent save. John really has to tighten up on his tackling.
Okay, John Tosh picking up midfield, picking up towards the Man United box.
Off the post again.
Chris Lawyer gets the ball up, sends it in the again, but Man United defence is solid there. Gary Pallister picks up. Oh no!
And there we go. The half-time whistle blows. It's still 0-0.
Well, it's all very tense here indeed. Simon appears to have been doing the most creative play, but John's tackles have been crunching. If you want to see how the match ends, tune back in after the break. Welcome back to Games Master Stadium, where unfortunate Ipswich fan Simon Reynolds is taking on Wimbledon's John Fashanu. The score at the end of the first half was 0-0, but they hit the woodwork several times, so it looks like we're in for a cracking second half. Okay, John Fashanu, of course, playing classic Man United, playing from right to left in the famous red strip. John Tasha plays a nice ball back there. Phil Thompson sends it out to the right wing, but there's nobody there. Man United, oh, Georgie Best picks it up, staying on his feet for once. John Fashanu under the covers again. Oh, it's Austin
Good goal, Dominic. That really showed how to use the width of the pitch. Some excellent passing, and I think Simon deserved that. Excellent stop there by the defender.
Buffin picks the ball up, takes it up the right flank, moves it towards the centre, looking for a player up front. Is he going to pass? No, he takes it himself. He's got in the middle.
He needs to pass, move that ball on. And there's a player on there. Can he make it in? And he picks it. Oh, to hit the bar from 2 yards. Really a lapse of concentration from John.
Dennis Law hits the crossbar.
What punishment?
John Toshak, what an amazing counter-attack from this Liverpool 1970s team there.
It's 2-0, and just look at the crowd now, Dominic. They really are enjoying this.
And Bash for the Bash was caught on the halt there. Man United, Dennis Law sends it back. Ryan Robson picks it up. And Steve Bruce gets it again. Steve Bruce going up the middle of the
He needs to move that ball forward. Oh! Come on! I think it may be getting to just a question of pride for John now. Getting on the score sheet.
Stevie Bruce running out the middle of the park. He's looking for a man in space. There's not one. He's got to take it himself. There's a man in space to his left. He ignores him. He's running
going straight through. What can he do with the shot? Just tapped into the goalkeeper. An awful waste.
Ray Clemens long up. John Toshak sends it again straight to the goalkeeper.
Simon must be very confident that he's going to take Liverpool to victory in this match.
Okay, Tommy Smith picks it up. Tommy Taylor loses the ball. Picked up to Kevin Keegan. We haven't seen a lot of a man in the game as well. The referee blows his final whistle. Congratulations, Simon. it was all square at half-time, but you let him have it in the second half, didn't you?
Absolutely, yeah. We did a lot of research into how Bash played, and he played into our hands in the second half. You know, the lad's done great.
Right. Now, John, you must be sick as a parrot.
Well, yeah, obviously I'm a little bit disappointed. I think the crowd will bear with me. I think they thought it was a goal as well. It was obviously a controversial decision.
Just like 1966 all over again.
Exactly. I don't bear him any hard wishes, so, you know, all the best. I'm not a bad loser.
OK, well, John's got every right to be unhappy because he's missed out on the chance of our fabulous golden throbbing Games Master joystick. So please put your hands together again for our winner, Simon Reynolds, and the gallant loser, John Farshini. And now, each week at this juncture of the show, we enter our consultation zone. If you have any problems with your favourite games, drop us a line about them, and we'll get your queries answered by the man who knows more than anyone, the Games Master.
Hello, Games Master.
Welcome to my kingdom. I am delighted to see you. And what have you got to ask me?
On Sonic the Hedgehog, I heard there's a secret world on Act 3 of the Green Hill Zone. Could you please tell me where it is? I can't find it anywhere.
Indeed I can, dear boy. Though I must admit to being a little surprised that you haven't found it yet. Work through the level until you reach a solid wall. Instead of bouncing over it, however, you can break straight through it by taking a run-up and spinning upon impact. You will then be in a secret world where 6 little rings and an extra life await you.
Thanks very much. See you.
Oh, delighted. Next, please.
Hello, Games Master.
Hello, and nice to see you. Now, what can I do for you?
In Elvira, I can't find the 4-leaf clover I need for casting a spell. Where is it?
Elvira does indeed require a modicum of ingenuity. The clover can be found at the base of the hedge on the way towards the falconer in the meadow. You shall now have all the ingredients you need for casting the propitious surprise spell.
Oh, thanks.
Next, please.
Hello, Games Master. On Simon's quest, I cannot get past Deborah Cliff. What advice can you give me?
To get past the very large wall that is Deborah Cliff, you need to select the red crystal and then kneel down for about 5 seconds. A whirlwind will then appear, which will whisk you across to the other side of the wall. Rather ingenious, isn't it?
Thanks very much. Bye.
And I think that's enough little tidbits for 1 week. Heed my advice until we meet again.
So, some juicy computer tidbits this week. Now for our final challenge, let's see what Games Master has planned.
I thought an old-fashioned Wild West shootout would be a good way of ending the first show with a bang. The game, Mad Dog McCree. In this little escapade, you've been deputized, and your mission is to rid the town of outlaws in order to deliver to freedom the town sheriff held hostage in his own jail. So get your pistol hammer cocked, and let's see those barrels blazing.
To play this game, our contestant needs a steady aim but a quick trigger finger. We found him scouring the barren plains of North Wales looking for action. We've roped him in and he's here to play. Please flap your hands fervently for Tony Wright. Welcome to Games Master, Tony. Now, Tony, I look at you and the word mature springs to mind. Is there a gap in the market for the older games player?
Well, the kids don't get a look in these days, really. I mean, a lot of people are going in there to use these machines as sort of stress relievers and so on. It's good after a hard day's work to unwind a bit.
OK, well, I've had a hard day myself. Let's hope you relieve my tension, Tony. If you'd like to step up to the firing range, we'll get ready to play. And helping me co-commentate from the sidewalk is the editor of Computer and Video Games magazine, Tim Boone. Tim, welcome to Games Master.
Hi, Dominic.
Now, Tim, this is a very special game. Do we have a special challenger there?
Oh, I think so. Mad Dog McCree surely is a special game. It's a laserdisc game in which the idea is to shoot as many of these mean varmints as you can with your 6-shooter. You need to be on your toes all the time, always ready for the unexpected. And I think in Tony we could have a contender who knows his stuff.
OK, Tony, are you ready?
Ready.
Load your pistol and come out shooting.
Howdy, stranger. We need your help. Mad Dog McCree's gang is taking over the town. The mayor and his daughter have been taken hostage out to Mad Dog's hideout. The sheriff, he's locked up in jail. We're going to have to get him out to help with the gang. Can you help? Good. One more important thing.
Hey, old codger, don't tell me. There comes the first bad boy. Now, this guy left his own devices with a blow Tony away. There's another one. Oh, my God. As I said, they're coming thick and fast.
They do come in very quickly. That's good shooting, stranger. What I was going to tell you is the keys to get the sheriff out of jail are with One-Eyed Jack. And he's in the saloon drinking. Now go get him.
Even though it was very far away.
They're coming from all over the place.
Finish them off with another couple of bullets here, just to make sure.
Yeah, no, this place is full of trouble. Apart from her, she's quite safe.
Be careful, that's Mad Dog's boys over there.
Looking at my keys, stranger? You wouldn't be trying to get the sheriff out of jail now, would you? Jocko! Show him what we did in trouble.
Oh my God.
Trouble starts at the again.
Oh, and he's down too.
The guys at the
oh my God, the table are coming at him.
Here he goes. Yeah.
Oh, he's scored as well. Oh, the man in the back, but he scored as well. Well done, Tony. Brilliant shooting.
5 out of 5. He's now back off to the jailhouse to rescue the sheriff. Now,
behind it. Oh, he's got
bad guys are plenty here. Johnny needs his wits about him right now. They could come from anywhere.
Shot him up the posterior there.
I gotta get out of here.
Free.
Yeah, and he saved the sheriff. Now, Tony, that was incredible shooting there. Was there any point in the game where you thought, this is a bit tricky?
Well, it's never an easy game, you know, it's always a bit difficult, but it was okay.
Well, Tony, we've got very big news for you. To commemorate your famous shootout at the Games Master Corral, we'd like to award you a special coveted Golden Games Master joystick. And a round of applause again for Tony Rice! So we kick off the series with 3 winners, but I have a feeling things are going to get a lot tougher. And now it's time for me to don my smoking jacket and have a refreshing cup of chamomile. So I'll see you again in 7 days. Good night. Thank you very much. Thank you and welcome to Games Master, TV's only show devoted solely to video games. So if the sentence Mario got stomped by a green Koopa paratrooper makes any sense to you, you're tuned to the right church. If it doesn't, and you're one of those people who think Game Boy is a young scout doing bobber jobs, then watch on and erase that ignorance. And to get the show kicked off, let's call up everybody's favourite uncle, Games Master, for the first challenge.
Greetings, and I'd like to take this opportunity to say how delighted I am to see you again. If you enjoyed last week's challenge, I think you'll find tonight's Three Little Jaunts an absolute hoot. First off the starting blocks, an endearing young fellow by the name of Sonic the Hedgehog. Your task? You have 2 minutes to collect 150 rings or more on the second level of an area known as the Green Hill Zone. These rings are dotted around a tropical landscape plagued with all manners of hostile creatures and booby traps, every one of them intent on thwarting young Sonic's progress. And beware, the slightest collision will cause you to lose all your rings, and the challenge will be over. So, 2 minutes, 150 rings or more. Happy hunting?
And trying to find the rings on this prickly challenge is Alex Berry from Stanmore. Now, Alex, there are a total of 163 rings on this level. We originally set you 150, but you asked it to be increased to 160. Why was that?
Because it was just a great challenge, and I want to show everyone that I'm the master. So.
Right, but you think you can even do that in 2 minutes?
Yep, no problem.
Well, I certainly admire your pluck, young man. It's nice to see such flushing confidence in youth. Would you like to plonk yourself down in our games playing chair? We'll get ready to start. And joining me in the pulpit is a man who knows more than most about this machine. Sega Power Magazine's deputy editor, Neil West. Neil, welcome to Games Master.
Thanks, Dominic.
Now, we have a very cocky young competitor here. What advice could you give him?
Certainly do. 150 is tough enough, but 160. Basically, you can whiz through this level very quickly, but you'd miss the rings. There are some very tricky stages, so pick up an invincibility shield before you take them on. That's my advice.
Okay, is our competitor ready?
Yep.
Then, Alex, your 2 minutes begin now.
Okay, off he goes. 4 rings straight away, no problem.
Right, we can see the clock in the top left-hand corner, the number of rings he's got underneath it. So he's on 9. He started quite well.
He's not doing too badly. As you can just see, he curls up in a ball when he jumps, and he can actually kill the baddies. What he's got to watch out for is if he walks into a baddie, runs into one, or just lands on top of one after falling, then he takes a hit. And the problem there is that he drops all his rings. You've got to remember, there's only 163 in the whole level. He's after 160, so he really can't afford to miss any whatsoever.
Okay, well, he's coming up for 30 seconds just about here, nearly a quarter of the way through.
Okay.
What's this as he
That was a little television screen. Inside that,
oh my word, he's
the power-ups.
He just smacked through some walls there.
He did. The one he just picked up gives him speedy moves, making him faster. Those two there have 10 rings each, and now he's got, you see he's surrounded by a sort of glow. That's an invincibility shield.
Oh, he's got it at some speed here, isn't he? Oh, he just missed those spikes. So that was a little bit of a close encounter.
He's doing
oh my God, he's up on some roof there.
He's got an extra life and he's collecting rings. He's up to 76.
76 rings, 47 seconds squad. He's doing remarkably well, halfway through the amount of rings.
Yeah, he's doing very well indeed. While he's got that shield, it protects him. He can collide into a baddie and he won't lose the rings. Very, very useful.
Oh, now what's this lovely little Spangle Sherbert dab around him?
Well, he's obviously had his ready break. It also means that he can bump into baddies without having to curl up into a ball. So that's going to help him a lot.
I see. So we're just over halfway through. 109 rings. It's going to be quite close here.
Okay, well, he's got a lot of rings in a short amount of time, but he's taken all the easy ones. He's now going to explore the sort of trickier parts of the level and discover all the ones that are hidden in different places.
Okay, there's another 10 rings here.
10,
126 rings,
and
he's got
a catapult.
14 rings left. He's got 35 seconds left.
He should do this.
142 rings left. It's going to be very close. Oh, 150. 10 left.
Find another 10.
10 rings left. 30 seconds to go.
He should do it.
Oh my word, now he's going in here looking for some more rings here. There's another 10. And it's another 160. He's got to get out in 25 seconds. He's out. He's got it. Well done, Alex. Now, Alex, you had 23 seconds to spare. You made it look easy. Was there ever any doubt in your mind?
Yeah, there was a couple of times, because the only way I could get 160 rings was to bash through the wall, and I'm not very good at that, and I thought I was going to mess it up.
Okay, well, as one of our games playing champions, you win the prize that sits lovingly on anyone's mantelpiece, the Golden Games Master joystick. And now, while Alex gets to grips with his humongous possession, we're going to take a look at this week's reviews. This week, oil your deltoids and unsheath your weapons as we look at beat-em-ups. First up, on the Amiga, the Bruce Lees of the future give a hearty ki-yi in First Samurai.
It looks very Chinese takeaway, lots of lotus trees and bamboo furniture, but underneath all this colourful exterior, there's a real good game.
Features some beautiful graphics, brilliant sampled sound effects, bits of Handel's Messiah thrown in for good measure.
I think the First Samurai deserves a thumbs up because it's a great game with plenty to do and beat up.
Next, also on the Amiga, we enter the murky underworld of Pit Fighter. 3 butch contestants trade below-the-belt action in an orgy of unrestrained violence.
Pit Fighter's less of a beat-em-up, more of a sort of kick the living crap out of everybody 'em up.
It's boring, you don't have that many moves. The computer tends to decide what you're going to do next.
It's not so much counter-attacking your opponent's moves, more just mindly stabbing the fire button and wiggling the joystick seems to be just as effective.
Finally, pulsating pixels of monochrome muscle on the Game Boy with Double Dragon 2.
Cute, safe, nice, cool.
You walk along and you smack people in the teeth, and that's about it. And that's quite good fun, as it turns out.
And now for this week's hardware feature. Sometimes all there is between gaming success and failure is the power of your handpiece. Tonight we look at 3 of the latest gimmicks which may just turn you from a limp joystick fiddler into a gargantuan games player. First up, the Power Glove, a futuristic gauntlet that translates hand and arm movements into on-screen action.
First of all, you have to enter in specific program code for the game you're about to play. This game here is Top Gun, and the program code is number 3, so I'm now entering program 3. If I pull up on my hand, the plane goes down. If I push forward with my hand, the plane goes up. Small movements to the left to bring the plane round, banking to the left, and the same with the right. When I want to fire my missiles, I simply press my index finger, as so. The glove's pretty good to use. It feels like you're more in the game, and you do get a sweat using it.
Next, use your feet as well as your fingers with the QuickJoy foot pedal.
You can set through a control on the foot pedal the buttons on the foot pedal to correspond to the different buttons on the joystick. It was good for the car racing game, and I should think it would be good for, say, a beat-em-up game where you have to kick, but I don't know whether it would be good for puzzle games.
And finally, Terence Conran's favourite, the Sega Action Chair.
The idea is just to move about in the seat as you would move the joystick up and down, left, right, and push the buttons. You can get very physically involved in the game, and it feels like you're jumping about and practically everything instead of just moving your hand about pressing the button.
If you'd like any more info on these joysticks or anything else in the programme, you can call the Games Master Club. The number to phone will be given at the end of the show. So, a somewhat mixed bag of reviews this week. But not to worry, for now we go on to our Celebrity Challenge. And here to tell us all about it is the biggest celeb of them all, the Games Master.
Back so soon? Well, after the whimsical antics of Sonic the Hedgehog, I thought it was about time we tested your physical might. The second challenge is on Sonic Blastman. A megalithic meteorite is careering toward the Earth. You have 3 punches to destroy it and save the planet, a truly Herculean task. The person who records the highest score is the winner. So, roll up your sleeves and remember that the fate of mankind is at the mercy of your fists.
To find the perfect competitors for this unique challenge, we scoured the arcades and gyms nationwide and came up with a perfect competition. British Sonic Blastman champion Paul Turner against one of the most fearsome punchers in world boxing, former British heavyweight champion Gary Mason. Welcome, Gary. Welcome, Paul. Now, Gary, if I could start with you, Paul is a legend in the arcades, both as a brilliant player and a tough street fighter. How are you going to cope against him?
Well, for years, everybody's been hearing about Mike Tyson, but nobody knows about Paul, but I have. So I'm prepared for him.
Okay, Paul, Gary's record is very impressive. 36 fights, 35 wins, 32 of which have been knockouts. You must be trembling.
Not really. He might be champ in the ring, but he's not champ in the arcade. I'm the champ.
Okay, well, we look like we've got a bit of a grudge match here. If you want to see if the tough arcade street fighter topples the polished professional slugger, join us after the break. Welcome back to Games Master, where we're about to see rough, tough arcade street fighter Paul Turner take on the polished professional punches of Gary Mason. It's a punch-up everybody's been waiting for, so let's call up Paul Turner to take the first punches. And joining me in the pulpit to keep me out of harm's way tonight is Tim Boone from Computer and Video Games Magazine. Welcome, Tim.
Hello, Dominic.
OK, so who's your favourite then?
Well, I've seen Paul in training and he's looking very good indeed. However, you have to be a fool to bet against Gary Mason, so that's who my money is on.
Well, call me a fool, but I'm going to put my money on Paul, Tim.
You're on.
OK, so 3 punches to destroy the meteorite. Whoever has the most tonnage at the end of the 3 punches wins the fight. Paul, will you take your first punch? Here he goes, winding up.
Great first hit.
Oh, and a huge hit! 123 tons, Tim.
Fantastic punching power there from Paul. Very surprising. Great punch.
OK then, Paul, that was a brilliant first punch. Prepare to take your second. Oh, another massive one there, Tim.
Not as good. Not as good. You could tell with the way that the pad slammed down, he hadn't quite caught it in exactly the right place. He'll be disappointed with that one.
So
he needs 124 to smash up the meteorite. He can do it on the basis of his first blow.
OK, Paul, take your third and final punch. Is that a good one, Tim?
It was a good one, but it wasn't enough.
106 tons.
106 tons.
Didn't destroy the meteorite, but still, very powerful total tonnage.
Very powerful.
But Paul needn't be too down about that.
Not at all. This is, in fact, the game at its highest setting.
OK, Gary, if you'd like to step up and take your 3 punches. So the meteorite's coming down. Let's see what Gary does with his first punch.
I think what Gary's going to try and do, actually, is explore the different punches that he can use. I think probably the first thing he'll do is go for a jab. Let's have a look.
Oh!
Yeah, that was a jab. Now, was it very powerful? Let's take a look. 105
tons. Quite a safe punch to start off.
Good, but I'm convinced Gary Mason can do better. This time, looks like he's going.
OK, Gary, take your second punch.
Straight right. Straight right. That should be better. 107 tons. He's looking for the knockout blow, and he needs 138 tons to smash up that meteorite. He needs something very special now.
OK, we need a big punch here, Gary. If you want to win,
Gary.
take your third and final punch. Oh, it's a huge one there. Is it going to be enough to smash it? 190 tons.
Excellent.
Not quite enough. The big thing is, has he beaten Paul? Gary's total power 331. He's just been beaten by Paul. Paul is the winner by 1 ton. Commiserations, Gary. You had a lovely combination of punches, but it wasn't quite enough on the day.
No, it looks as if losing is becoming a habit for me these days.
If I could go on to the winner, Paul, I mean, that was stunning.
I just done it. It's just on the spur at the moment, and I had to beat him.
OK, now...
Got to remain a champ.
Now, you've beaten Gary on the game. Can we see a match in the ring between the two of you?
There'll be a rematch. He knows where to find me. Any arcade, any day. I'm still the champion. That's where I want to stay.
And what have you got to say to that, Gary?
Well, I'll be scouring all the arcades during my lunch hour looking for Paul Turner.
OK, we'll look forward to the rematch. Meanwhile, Paul, you have won the prize that every fighter dreams of. Our special golden Games Master joystick. And let's hear it again for the winner, Paul Turner, and our loser, Gary Mason! And now, while I show Gary an alley shuffle or two in the car park, let's find out the latest tips and cheats Games Master has for us in his consultation zone.
Hello, Games Master.
Welcome to my kingdom. I am delighted to see you. And what have you got to ask me?
After hours of playing on level 3 of Strider, I could not get past the closing rules section without hearing you getting squashed. Can you help me?
Indeed I can, young man. Now listen. Instead of trying to climb up one side of the wall, you should jump from side to side. You will find that your upward progress accelerates, and you should have no trouble reaching the summit before the walls meet.
Cheers, mate. Bye.
Next, please.
Hello, Games Master.
Hello, and nice to see you. Now, what can I do for you?
I heard in Super Mario Bros. 3 there's a secret whistle in the first world, which enables you to warp into a later level. I don't know where it is. Do you have any idea?
Do I know where it is? Oh, the audacity of youth. Of course I do. The whistle is on level 3 of the first world. But bear with me, because finding it is a little complicated. You will need to jump on top of the 5th block of the level, a white one, then squat for 5 seconds. You will then fall behind the background scenery. Once there, go to the end of the stage, and you will enter a house where the first whistle is kept.
Thanks a lot.
Next up, please, and hurry along there.
Hello, Games Master. In Robocop, how do I kill the 2 people at the end of level 2?
Good question. Good question indeed. Actually, contrary to popular belief, you don't have to kill both of these men, as one of them is actually the mayor being held hostage. You need to select the machine gun, and then, whenever the mayor in front ducks down, shoot the man behind. If you shoot him 3 times, he'll release the mayor and come charging towards you. When this happens, punch him, and he will eventually die.
Right, thanks.
Not at all. And I think that's enough goodies for this little session, though I must admit I do rather enjoy my role as agony uncle. Make sure you tune in for our next rendezvous.
So, some juicy computer tidbits this week. Now for our final challenge, let's see what Games Master has planned.
My final challenge tonight is on lemmings. The lemming is an exasperating breed of rodent that seems hell-bent on committing suicide. You're charged with delivering a certain percentage of these creatures to safety by guiding them through a tricky obstacle course. But the only way you can do this, I'm sorry to say, is by blowing up some of the lemmings to make holes that the others can fall through. Once a lemming has been programmed to explode, it takes 5 seconds to self-destruct. Perfect timing is therefore required to ensure that the lemmings explode over the sections of the puzzle where there's no furnace. The slightest slip-up will signal a mass indiscrimination. You have 2 minutes to save 90% of the lemmings. A race of retarded rodents is depending on you.
Now, Lemmings is a hugely successful game, and this is an incredibly tough challenge. So we tried to find one of the best Lemmings players in the country, and we found him in Leicester. Please give a succulent Games Master welcome to Robert Clark. Games Master, Robert.
Hi, Dominic. It's nice to be here.
Now, Robert, we've said you're one of the best Lemmings players in the country. How long did it take you to complete all 120 levels?
Oh, about 6 weeks.
6 weeks?
Yeah.
Now, unfortunately, we only told you were doing this particular level 5 minutes ago. What was your reaction?
I was pretty shocked.
Do you think you can clock it?
I'll have a go.
OK, then. If you'd like to go and sit yourself down in a pine hot seat, we'll get ready to play the game.
OK.
Now, we've dragged him back screaming, but back he is, Tom Watson from Renegade. Welcome back, Tom.
Nice to be back, Dominic.
Now, I know Lemmings is one of your favourite games, but this is a very tricky level here we set him.
Well, this is very much a right first time level. He's got 91% to get home. He can afford to use up 6. There's only one style of lemming he can use, which is the exploding style, to get through the floors, missing the fires on the way. It'll really test him.
OK, well, let's see if Robert's up to it. Robert, are you ready? Then start saving those lemmings. OK, the lemmings are starting to come out. He's got to guide them to the exit at the bottom right-hand corner, just off the screen. Tom, how does he go about it?
Well, what he's got to do, Dominic, is set up a series of time charges on selected lemmings. You can see the counter working its way down. There are a number of safe compartments on the way. What he's got to do is make sure that all the explosions only take his lemmings through the safe compartments and not the ones with the deep fires.
Oh, no,
he's losing a few, but he may be all right. Now he's dropping them straight down. He is doing well. Let's see if he's just doing well enough, because it is 91% that he has to get back. It's a high total.
It's very, very tense here. He may have exploded one too many lemmings, but
there's 1 minute 18 seconds down now. He's got 2 minutes. So 1 minute 14, he's probably got enough time to bring them home. It's just, will it be enough? You can see the percentage counter, clocking them as the lemmings get home, but it's 91% that we're looking for.
Okay,
he lost a few in the prize.
That's all the lemmings out now. It's very, very tense here. We can see the percentage going out in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. It's got to get to 91%. It's going to be very, very close here.
I think he's all right on the timer. It really does come down to this percentage mark. Now, he's just tipping 60. We can see the concentration of lemmings at the end where he's sped up the release rate.
Right, and the crowd are going wild here. How's Robert going to do it? 74, 75, he's going for 91, 80, 81, 83, 4%. Oh. Commiserations, Robert. You were 1 or 2 lemons away from that. It was very close. Tell us, what went wrong?
Well, the third bomber just timed him in the wrong place and went to pot, you know. It's terrible.
Right, now I know that you've clocked the whole game, but is that one of the tougher levels, do you think?
It is pretty tough, yeah. Timing's critical, otherwise you're dead from the start, really.
Right, well, our commiserations once again, Rob, but you supplied us with a lot of sparkly fun anyway. Thank you very much indeed, and you may tread with a weary heart, but happy memories back to Leicester.
Cheers.
Robert Clark. So, with that exhilarating but ultimately fruitless effort, tonight's show comes to an end. Well, it's smoking jacket and steaming jasmine time. We'll see you in 7 days for another Games Master. Good night.
Do you like cash, buying luxury goods and living the high life? Do you have a work hard, play hard attitude? Hi, I'm Jimmy Goldman and I represent Vostok Incorporated. Forget pyramid schemes. Vostok Inc. has created a shotgun approach to better equip itself through a turnstile series of interconnected skill sets. In simple terms, we're gonna make you filthy, stinky, rich! Bet you're thinking, Jimmy, you've got the sausage, but where's the sizzle? So let me mind share with you. Travel the galaxy and explore distant worlds in fully upgradable luxury. Help raise capital through aggressive finance sourcing and click your way up the corporate ladder. Twin stick shoot your way to success. Build your team of execs, then kick back and relax as they make you rich. Also, mini games. Lots of mini games. Vostok Inc. Live long and be prosperous.
Terms and conditions apply. Vostok Incorporated is not responsible for any loss in hearing, sight, spontaneous combustion, or death. Expected side effects of gameplay include, but are not limited to, overexcitement, shortness of breath, numb thumbs, exaggerated sense of self-worth.
Thank you very much, and welcome to Games Master. Now, I know it's cold out there, but if you set your chilly bits out in front of this show, they'll thaw out in no time. For this is the programme that is to television what a knob of hot butter is to a crumpet. On tonight's show, we will attempt to unwrap video games from the neon swaddling clothes and deliver news, tips and reviews into the matronly bosom of your living room. But first, our initial game-playing challenge, and here to set it, I must call up Games Master from a cybernetic pleasure dome.
Greetings. So once again, you've tuned in to pit your wits against one of my little challenges. You really are gluttons for punishment, aren't you? Lifting us off tonight is a young superhero by the name of Mega Man 2. Your task is to guide him through the satanic Heatman level in under 3 minutes without losing a life. For ultimate success, you'll need to leap from block to block over molten lava, avoiding all manner of metallic villains. Negotiate secret chambers where blocks appear at random, and finally, polish off Heatman himself, a most troublesome end-of-level guardian. Let's hope this little challenge won't be too hot for you to handle.
This is an awesomely difficult challenge. Down in Heatman's chambers, all manner of things can get scorched. Trying to keep cool amid the heat is our very own Mega Man. All the way from the chilly wastes of Muswell Hill, please give a succulent Games Master welcome to Nick Cairncroft. Welcome to Games Master, Nick.
Thank you very much.
Now, Nick, Mega Man, is that one of your favourite games?
No, unfortunately.
Are you pretty confident about the challenge?
Well, I hope so. The easiest bit is probably the start, the hardest bit is the end. So.
Okay, well, that sounds a bit logical.
Yeah.
And, okay, not one of your favourite games, but you're quite confident about the challenge.
I hope so, yeah.
Okay, if you'd like to go and sit in our lovely Pinewood hot seat. And here to help me commentate on this game, from Mean Machines magazine, is Nintendo expert Julian Jazz Rignall. Julian, welcome back to Games Master.
Thank you.
Any general tips for Nick on this game?
Just lightning reflexes and just a bit of luck, really.
Okay, are you ready, Nick? You know the challenge. You have to defeat Heatman at the end of the level in 3 minutes or less. It may sound a long time, but as Jazz says, you have to go like the clappers. So, are you ready, Nick?
Yes.
Off you go. Okay, now look, there's Mega Man ducking in a wee bit. What's this first thing he's been shooting?
They're sort of helicopter spring heads, and basically he's got to blast those out of the way, otherwise they'll start leaping up and down on his head.
Okay, they've been joined by little blue cute revolving things. Are they quite hard as well, Julian?
Yes, they track you along a lateral movement, and basically if you don't shoot them again, they'll come down on your head. And
oh my God, he's just been wiped right into the lava, but he's picked himself up quite well as the young man from Muswell Hill.
Yeah, he was quite lucky. When you get hit, you you keep invincible for a few minutes and a few seconds rather, and basically you survive that one.
Right, now one of these cute little hedgehogs.
Shoot them,
oh my God!
They shoot them, they spring up. So
must be avoided at all costs.
Absolutely.
Now, how's he doing? He's 40 seconds gone. He's successfully manoeuvred past that spiky Jack-in-the-Box hedgehog there, and he's down to another little cave here. What happens here, Jim?
This is the very tricky bit. Basically, the blocks appear in a set pattern, and you've got to predict where they come. He did that very well, but there's tougher ones to come.
Excellent. Okay, we've finished a minute, a third of the way through. Jazz, how's he going?
Not too badly at the moment. Again, here's the tricky bit. Now he's got to negotiate all these invisible and reappearing blocks.
I see, and if he mistimes it, he can well be trapped.
Yes, at the moment he's mistiming very slightly, and the baddies are closing in.
Oh my God, it's all getting very tense. 1.5 minutes gone, halfway through the challenge. Nick, commiserations, you were doing so well that all of a sudden you slipped into a gaping chasm down to the pits of hell. What happened?
Well, I've had a lot of trouble with that last time. Every time you jump, it doesn't appear. Every time you want it to appear, it doesn't every time.
Right,
anyway,
so,
it appears.
You were so close. Jazz and I were getting really hot and sweaty up in the commentary box about it, but you just let us down. Not to worry, Nick. Have you enjoyed coming into Games Master?
Yes, I have.
Well, you can take all our sad thoughts and commiserations back to your pew, and thank you very much, Nick.
Thank you.
Round of applause here for Nick. And now, while we commiserate with Nick over his loss, we're going to take a look at the latest game set to blister the fingers of children nationwide. This week, it's time to shift your gear sticks as we look at racing games. Set! Go! First up on the Amiga, put your feet to the floor with Lotus Turbo Challenge 2.
The sound and graphics really are absolutely brilliant. I mean, it's showcase stuff.
I think it's great fun for the novice drivers, but you know, it tends to get a little bit boring after a while.
You'll tend to find that a lot of the levels you'll complete quite quickly, quite easily, and then you'll end up seeing, well, it's just another racing game.
Second on the grid tonight, burn some rubber on your Amiga in Formula 1 Grand Prix.
Very sophisticated, certainly for the Nigel Mansell, certainly for the serious racers.
It's very fast indeed and plays excellently.
Absolutely smart, with a capital S, basically. I mean, it's just like being there.
Bringing up the derriere on the Master System, frolic your way across the landmarks of Europe in Outrun Europa.
The Master System doesn't cope with 3D racing games very well indeed, but it's quite fun, if a little jerky at times.
The graphics aren't fantastic. In fact, at times they're a little bit crap. But yeah, it's quite a nice game.
Now for our new game section. One of this year's most eagerly awaited computer releases is Dune. Here to give us an exclusive sneak preview is Ian Mathias from Virgin Games.
Dune, the game, it is based on the movie of the same name. The player takes the part of Paul Atreides, whose mission in life is to kick the Harkonnens off the planet of Dune. The Harkonnens are mining spice. Spice is the most valuable element in the universe. Dune is the only planet to contain spice, so it's Paul's mission to get rid of the Harkonnens so he can mine the spice. The strongest features of the game are the incredible graphics, the sound. The game is very, very much like, we call it an interactive movie. That means that the player is actually taking the part of Paul, and it is very much like playing inside a movie.
And finally, for this week's review section, we've decided to hold a competition on the Ultimate Soccer Simulation Kickoff 2. All you need to do is commit your most spectacular moments of net-bursting glory to disc and then send them in to us. We'll choose what we think is the best goal, and the winner will receive 2 tickets to the Rumbelows Cup final. For details about where to send your discs and for any other information about the show, call the Games Master Club. We'll give you the number at the end of the programme. Now we go on to our celebrity challenge, and here to detail it, once again, is the Games Master.
Hello again. I do hope you enjoyed my last little jaunt. Wasn't quite up to it, was he? For the second of this week's challenges, I thought a little cross-court rallying on Pro Tennis Tour 2 would be in order. I must confess to being a bit of a cricket man myself, but of course that game takes too long. Anyway, mustn't ramble. Tennis it is. First person to 3 games wins. Give it your best shot.
And here to pound their balls along the baseline tonight, we have Saeed Hersey from Mile End, and he'll be taking on former British ladies #1, Annabel Croft. Now, Saeed, you've got quite a formidable task here, up against the experience of Annabel Croft. How are you going to handle it?
Mostly by luck and probably by the hits I gave her.
Right, you've got quite a firm right hand, Saeed, yeah? Well, how are you going to counter that, Annabel, against the young pretender from Mile End?
Well, I've been out running every day for this match, so I'm hopefully prepared for him, but I think he's quite good.
Well, but this is a game you desperately want to win,
Desperately,
Annabel.
yes.
OK, well, for you at home, if you want to find out who is going to win this super match, then join us after the break for some new balls and some soft forehands. Welcome back. If you have just joined us, Annabel Croft is facing a serious encounter with young Saeed Hersey from Mile End. Here with me in my pulpit commentary box is the lovely Tom Watson from Renegade. Tom, bit of a tough encounter this for Annabel.
Well, I was watching Saeed playing earlier. He had a couple of practice games. He looks fairly potent in this one. I think he'll do well.
Right, well, the ball boys are in position. So are we. Are the competitors ready?
Yeah.
Then it's time for me to call time, please. And Annabel, when you're ready, serve. OK, now you see Annabel is in the red hair and Saeed is in the black hair. Oh, and Annabel starts off with an ace. What a delicious little shot there from Annabel.
Well, the interesting to look at here, Dominic, is the serving circle. This is how the player actually positions the point at which the ball will land on the service.
Right.
So Annabel got an excellent first serving there.
Oh, well, it's Saeed's up with the net on Annabel. Oh, he smashes that from Saeed. He's taking control of the net, keeping Annabel restricted to the baseline here. Annabel's trying to drive the ball. Oh, her skirt went up a little bit there. That was quite pleasant. And Annabel is still stuck on the baseline, trying to...
Well, what Annabel really needs to do, she tried it earlier, was another lob. She needs to keep lobbing Saeed. And that's 30 love to the server.
So Annabel Croft serving at 30 love. Saeed returns. Again, oh, nice little floated little shot up there, and Annabel's taking control at the net. Restricting Saeed. Oh! But Saeed squeezed that one past in the centre of the court. Annabel serving 30-15.
One of the tricks to getting this game right is really anticipating when the ball's going to pass the racket. And that's some...
OK, oh, Annabel's serving for the first game. Oh, and she's done a fault. Yes. Annabel's second service, and it goes in sweetly. Saeed returns it side, runs up to the net, restricting Annabel to the baseline. He's pounding those shots, but Annabel saves the net for the first game.
Annabel certainly seems to be able to find the long shot, find the mark. Now that's one game to love.
So they've changed sides, so now Saeed is at the bottom of the screen, serving against Annabel.
Excellent service on the line.
Nice floats that one into the baseline. They're getting the stick into the middle of the court quite often, Tom.
Whoa, and
sneaks in
excellent point there for Annabel.
Me,
Yes, well, they seem to be taking it fairly cautiously. I think there are going to be quite some opportunities later in the game to really expand into the width of the court.
Okay, so Annabelle's up at the net side, he's trying to get the ball over. He's not working out the... Oh, no, but he sneaked that one in the inside. 15-all, love one. Annabelle returns that one very well.
Excellent shot there. And this is the width of the court coming into play now, Dominic.
Okay, Annabelle floating a little lob there. And they're still sticking to the centre of the court.
Excellent play by Annabelle. Saeed was becoming quite aggressive with that one. I think the frustration of that rally was starting to tell.
Okay, is it quite an easy game to get the grip of, Tom?
There we go. Too low.
2 games love to Annabelle. What a scintillating return of serve. So Annabelle is serving to go 3-0 up and for the match. Oh, a teasing
net
little
play there. Excellent net play.
Annabelle is well on top of Saeed in this game. Very lovely serve, right there.
Very good return there. Very good return to the baseline.
I say. Annabelle, 30 love. 2 points.
2 points away from the match.
And a lovely long deep serve again. Side returns deep to her baseline. Oh, and Saeed's up at the net, but he's retreated. Maybe a wee bit scared. And it cost him dearly. Annabelle serving match point here.
I think Saeed's problem is anticipation here.
Oh, lovely little return.
And so and that's it.
Commiseration, Saeed. You looked to be out of the game at one point, but fought back only to see it slip out your grasp again. What do you think was the crucial factor? just the skill of Annabelle perhaps told a bit, the experience at the end. Well, Annabelle, I mean, some amazing racket head control from you in that game.
Wasn't
I couldn't fault your footwork in the slightest.
I couldn't believe it myself. My adrenaline was really going, but it was a lot of fun.
Okay, well, Annabelle, I know you've won many prizes already in tennis, but none as prestigious or indeed large as this one. You have won our amazing, mystical golden joystick. Now, I don't know where you're going to put that, but I'm sure you can have lots and lots of endless hours of fun with that. So if we just let you go, a round of applause again for our loser Saeed and our winner Annabelle Kroll. And now, while I get my breath back, let's go to Games Master and see what he's got in his tips section.
Hello, Games Master.
Welcome to my kingdom. I am delighted to see you. And what have you got to ask me?
I've heard there is a secret room on the first level of Alex Kidd. I've looked everywhere for it, but I can't find it. Is there any way you can help me?
I must admit, it's an awfully long time since I've had to preoccupy myself with Alex Kidd. However, if I recall correctly, there's a secret room next to the palm tree just past the third chest. Simply jump up and down to break the blocks on the ground, and the room will reveal itself.
Thanks a lot. Bye.
On to the next, please.
Hello, Games Master.
Hello, and delighted to see you.
I've been playing Cadaver for over a month now. I can't get past the dragon. He fries me every time. What am I doing wrong?
A good question, young man, but this is indeed a most tenacious reptile. Follow these instructions carefully. Once you're into the dragon room, call up your inventory and drink the fire shield spell to protect you. Then select the massacre spell that you should have collected from Lord Carolus' altar in the chapel, and fire it to finish off this troublesome creature once and for all.
Right, thanks a lot.
I wish you success with this one. Right, on to the next, please.
Hello, Games Master. In Turtles, I cannot get off level 3. What shall I do?
My, you are behind, aren't you? Now listen carefully. To get off level 3, you need to rescue Splinter, who's in the building at the center of the map. Defeat Mega Turtle, and you'll go on to the next level.
Thanks very much.
Not at all. That's it for now. I do tend to tire rather easily these days. However, if you'd like to tune in next week, I'd be delighted to answer any more questions you might have. Bye for now.
So, some juicy computer tidbits this week. Now for our final challenge, let's see what Games Master has planned.
After the frenzied stroke play of that tennis encounter, I felt a rather more cerebral challenge would be timely. I have therefore opted for Zoom, a fun little game in which you need to complete a series of grids by drawing a line all around the squares. The task I've set aside for you is to complete the first grid in less than 1 minute. A stern test of nerve and logic. Watch out for the green hand, which will be trying its hardest to gobble you up. The first grid to complete in less than 1 minute. Face away.
Now this is a short, sharp, spunky challenge, and I think what I'll do here is see if I can find 3 plucky contestants from our congregation. So if there's anyone out there who fancies their chances at the Zoom challenge, please thrust one of your arms up into the air. Oh my word, now we have quite a few people here. Let me see, how about you, sir, with a sensible haircut? Yes, you'll be lovely. Oh yes, there is a young man there. We'll have you. And now one more, let's hear that lovely young lady at the back there. That's our 3 contestants. Give them a round of applause. That's right, up you come. Okay, welcome to Games Master. What's your name?
Scott.
Scott, hello there. And our second man up.
George.
George, it's nice to see you. And our lovely lady contestant.
Dolat.
Now, I think I feel like a bit of a boy-girl-boy situation. So, Scott, if you play first, with Dolat in the middle, and George, you can bring up the rear. Okay, so Scott, if you'd like to go up to the chair, and if you two would just like to linger around the side there, we'll crack on with our first competitor. And joining me in the pulpit is Neil West from Sega Power. Welcome, Neil.
Hi, Dominic.
Now, Neil, any general tips you can give our contestants for this difficult 1-minute challenge?
Well, looks can be deceptive, and although Zoom looks very easy, it is in fact very, very tricky indeed. Don't forget you can jump, and don't forget that you can fire at the baddies behind you. But apart from that, just keep running.
Okay. Scott, are you ready? Then your 1 minute begins now.
Okay, and he's off. He starts in the middle of the screen, and as you can see, now he just picked up a banana. Now that temporarily stops the baddies, yeah?
Right.
Gives him a bit of a head start.
Okay, he's going very, very close to this baddie here, but he's doing very well. 10 seconds gone already. He's covered in quite a nice little portion to begin with, Neil.
He has. The trouble here is, I mean, if you were to look at it logically, you could probably find a very easy way of colouring it all in.
Right.
But unfortunately, the baddies spoil any plans of doing it.
Okay, oh my God, and the baddie's coming right up at him. Oh, but he's just managed to avoid him there. 26 seconds gone, and he's doing all right, but he's got to get some more of these squares flashing here.
That's right. It's very, very difficult. It's easy to do it at the start, but when you're only left with a couple of blocks to fill in different corners of the maze...
Oh my God, and he's gone. He's been gazumped by the green hand. Can we have our second contestant, please? The lovely Dolat. Now, Neil, what tips can Dolat glean from Scott's lacklustre performance there?
Well, Scott took a gamble. He realised that time was running out, so he just went for it, threw caution to the wind, and unfortunately got chomped by a ghost. So what Dolat's got to remember is even no matter how short time gets, there's no point running into a monster. She's just got to keep well away from them. Exactly.
So Dolat's got to play it safe. Are you ready, Dolat? Then your 1 minute begins now. Okay, the crowd are cheering on Dolat. I think she's a bit of a crowd favourite here. We've got this banana appearing here. Now that freezes the green hand.
That's right. It freezes the monster for a few precious seconds. Now Dolat's got the right idea. The monster's slower than you are. Remember that.
Right.
So if you can keep going from the top of the screen...
Oh, no, she looks like she's trapped in the corner. No, she's escaped from there. You were saying, Neil.
That's right. If she can keep doing what she's doing, which is going from the top to the bottom, back to the top again, the monster can't keep up with her.
Oh, no! And just as we thought she was going well, Dolat gazumped as well. Dolat, your challenge is over. Please make way for George. Now, Neil, was there anything positive about Dolat's performance?
Not for Dolat, no. But what George can learn is that you must jump.
Okay, let's hope George can take that on board. George, you're our final contestant. Are you ready? Then your 1 minute begins now. Okay, right in the bottom there. Nice start. 1 in already. 2 squares already there.
Okay, now he's got to make a grab for that banana. Take the banana and he'll leave the cans behind.
Okay, I'm afraid he's just missed it. He didn't leave there for no apparent reason.
But he can grab the magic mushroom. Now, if he can grab the mushroom, that will speed him up. And when you're racing against the clock, that will help no end at all.
Oh, very, very important. Okay, 20 seconds gone. A third of the way through the challenge. He's caught in a couple. How's he doing, Neil?
He's not doing too badly at all. Although he hasn't actually got that many blocks flashing yet, he's coloured in a lot of lines. Now, grab that clock. That's it.
Oh, Oh, he's frozen the green hand.
Now he can colour in as many as he can while he's got the chance.
Okay, well, he's just over halfway through. He's got, in fact, 23 seconds left. He's going to have to motor now. What's the sweet here?
The sweet is just another icon. It doesn't do anything because he's already frozen the hand. Right. Yeah? Otherwise, that would have been useful.
But my one, he's got half a screen full here.
Oh,
he's got 12 seconds left. This is going to be very, very close. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
Oh, I don't think he's going to make it. He's not going to make it. Oh, and he got eaten at the last minute.
Bought it.
Disaster.
Oh, my word, he was so close, but George has been scoffed. Well, what can I say? That was a very, very tough challenge, but I was left unfulfilled. Scott, plank. Dola, plank. George, you came so very, very close, but ultimately, plank. Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for our 3 planks. George, Dola, and Scott. And that's it for tonight. So it's time now for a lovely cup of orange zinger, and we'll see you all again next week for another Games Master. Good night.